Chapter 3, Mishnah 8. The Mishnah summarizes the laws of Negaim that appear on houses. These laws are discussed in chapters 12 and 13, but the points relevant to our Mishnah are as follows. When a Kohen sees a deep green or deep red nega on a house, he confines the house for 1 week. Just like clothing Negaim, house Negaim cannot be confirmed as Tameh right away. If after 1 week the nega remained the same size, and certainly if it increased in size, then the house is confined for a second week. If the nega remained the same size or increased in size after the second week, then the house is confined for a third week. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. Negaim of the houses can become tameh in a period of confinement no longer than 3 weeks, and through any of these 3 signs, with a deep green color, with a deep red color, or with spreading of the nega. When we say that houses can become tameh with a deep green color or with a deep red color, this applies whether they appear at the beginning, or at the end of the first week of confinement, or at the end of the second week of confinement, or at the end of the third week of confinement, or after being declared tahor. When we say that Negaim of the houses can become tameh with spreading, this applies only when the spreading is seen at the end of the first week of confinement, or at the end of the second week of confinement, or at the end of the third week of confinement, or after being declared tahor. Negaim of the houses that can become tameh in a period of confinement no longer than 3 weeks, which are counted as 19 days, not 21. This is because the last day of the first week counts as the first day of the second week, and the last day of the second week counts as the first day of the third week. The Mishnah makes a general statement about the time frame of Negaim based on laws listed in Mishnahs 3 through 8. There are no periods of confinement for Negaim shorter than 1 week, as we saw in the case of a boiler burn, and there is no period of confinement longer than 3 weeks, as we saw in the case of a house.